Hey, y'all, basketball sickos. Just wanted to share this with you. I don't know if any of you have heard of this SoRare.com. Basically, they give you, when you sign up, they give you these cards. Like, I think you get to pick a star player, and then you get like 7 common cards. And then as you play, you win more guys. So basically, this is a game that's kind of like the game we play. Um, you get a game score. It's kind of scored like a DFS would be, um, and basically these little numbers below each guy are their 10-day rolling averages. So what you do is you put a lineup together under a salary cap, and you try to get the highest score you can over the course of a week, and or over the course of the game week, which is Monday through Thursday, and then Friday through Sunday. So like today is Friday, so we have a new one coming up in 6 hours and 17 minutes. Basically how this works, I'm just going to show you one of my lineups here. So you want to throw guys in that have like a lower 10-game rolling average that you think could have bigger games, like say Chris Middleton coming off injury. He's at 23. He obviously can put up some bigger games. Siakam's a 41. Anyway, important thing to look at, you get 2 games with Middleton, whereas some guys only have 1 game this weekend. It's not the cumulative number of all their games, it's their best game. So even if a guy has 1 game, you could use him. He just has less chances to have a huge game, basically. So you're competing with, thousands of other people. So like in these games, in these common games that you don't have to pay anything for, you've got 90,000 in the main one, 50,000, 40,000. I've got enough cards now to enter all these. When you start out, you probably would just have enough for the common champion until you win some more cards. So yeah, basically you play. If you finish high enough, you win more cards. If you finish really high in this main one, you get a limited card. So the limited card's a different tier. If you get enough limited, you get 5 limited cards, you can unlock the next level of competitions. And there's different levels. So let's say I finish top 1,000 in this common champion. I get a limited card. Well, I still would need 5 to enter these next competitions. So if I didn't want to wait around to win 5 times, I could go to the market and buy. So you can actually sell your cards. So you could conceivably start with nothing like I did. And, if you get like, say, a reward that's actually worth something, you can go to the market and you can sell it. So, or if you want to skip steps and you want to pay your way to the bigger contests, you can go buy a couple cards and then enter yourself into those. There are different tiers. So you have limited, you have rare, you have super rare, and then you have unique. So basically the difference is the limited are minted to 5,000. There's only 5,000 of these floating around. The rare are limited to 1,000. The super rare are limited to 100. And the unique is a single 1-of-1 card. And each tier has different bonuses. So the uniques have a 45% bonus. The super rares start at 25, and the more you use them, you can add up to 5%. So like this guy's used, this DeLon Wright's been used enough times where he's up to 27.5%. Rares up to 1,000 start at 15%. You can add another 5 by playing them over and over again. And the limiteds start at 5%, just like the common cards do. So, just to show you what the game screen looks like. So these are past. These are ones that just ended. So I actually got Lillard this week, and he was probably the top scorer. Looks like he's the highest scorer. Finished in 6,000th place. So for this Western Conference only one, you needed to finish in the top 15%. Quick math, I probably did right around there. So I'm going to get probably like a tier 5 common out of that. And what a tier 5 common looks like is a guy that you would probably not start, like Delano Banton is probably a tier 5 common, or Patrick Baldwin, guys who are basically end of the bench or like a 10-day contract. Jalen Williams, this kind of guy. So not really usable, but it's something better than not winning. Another thing they offer is you can swap your cards you don't want for something you might actually use. So I don't think I'm going to be using Delano Banton anytime soon. So let's take a look here. Yeah. Is there anybody else I'd rather not have? Well, Deadman sucks. Let's get rid of him. Let's see if there's anybody. Yeah, here's all his recent games. I think he threw something on the floor and got suspended by the team. So he's not doing great right now. So let's see who am I. Yeah, so if you try to swap a guy who sucks, you're going to get other guys who suck. So I don't think any of these guys are really worth taking. I guess maybe if Claxton got hurt, Kessler Edwards would come in. So I guess I'll take him, but you can swap him out. But yeah, it's kind of fun. So you can start for free. And then if you win, if you're lucky enough to get in that top tier and win a limited, you can either keep the limited, hope you get 5 limiteds, and eventually enter these contests, or you can go and sell it for a couple bucks. Whatever you want to do. I mean, if it's a guy you're not going to use, you might as well sell it. But if you get into this tier where you can enter these limited competitions, you can win a rare if you finish high enough. And the rares are worth quite a bit more. So let's look at the rares here. So, you can make $100 or $80 even on a, not a great player. Chetty Osman's rare is worth $63. I mean, it's probably not worth that, but people are buying them. That's what it's selling for. So kind of interesting. And then, of course, if you win enough rares, you can go to the super rare level. You could win a super rare, and the super rares are worth quite a bit more. Even like a guy like Mike Muscala, who obviously isn't that great. People are buying his for $200. If you finish really high and you get a good player in this level, I mean, you're looking at thousands of dollars. So yeah, it's an interesting little game, and free to start, free to play. If you're lucky enough to win, great. If not, you don't lose anything. If you want to put money into it, you can. But you certainly don't have to. You can play to win, which is kind of the fun part of it for me. What is kind of interesting is if you do decide to put money in, so they have European League soccer. So like right now, I have lineups for French League, Serie A, La Liga, and Bundesliga. So, I mean, they have all kinds of games going on. I haven't put any money into the soccer. I haven't put any money into the NBA. I am a big baseball fan, so I've been buying some of these cheap. It's off season, obviously, for baseball, so I'm trying to build up enough of a roster where I can start on the limited level for baseball, because I'm way more into baseball. So I bought a couple of these when they're really cheap, like under $1. Made a small deposit, and I've just been picking off dollar moments, $2 moments of guys that I like. You can make offers on players. It's it's up to the other owner to take your offer or not. So I mean, we'll see how it goes. The interesting part is you make your deposit, and you can deposit with US dollars, but since this is an internationally run company, they're based in France, they convert everything into cryptocurrency. They convert it into Ethereum. So in addition to in addition to putting money in, it's a kind of investment, I guess, in Ethereum, because the Ethereum price goes up and down constantly. And like a couple weeks ago, I had $130 in my Ethereum, and now it's $165. But as you can see, I deposited $191. It sat there for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and I hadn't really done much with it. I only bought like a couple $1 and $2 guys, and then I looked and it was at $133, which is a little distressing, but it's gone back up. So it fluctuates like anything else. So if Ethereum goes way up, I'll actually have more money than I deposited, which is kind of interesting. So, or if it dies, I'll just be out. So don't put more in than you're willing to lose, I guess, is the moral of the story. But yeah, so I'm getting ready for baseball season on this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. NBA has been just fun to play. It's just 2 times a week. You just put your lineup in, and then you get your next one ready for the upcoming week. You win cards as you go. So, say you play the common contender, 100% of people are going to win something. So depending on where you finish, you either win a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, or tier 5. And then you can use those guys in your next lineups. So that's how I won my, some of my best guys. I won my Jokic by finishing really high in one of my competitions. I got a Giannis, all these tier 1 guys that Tatum I can use in future competitions. So a lot of stuff to digest, I'm sure, but if you have any questions, reach out and I'll try to help you with them. But yeah, I'm up to 88 cards, so I have quite a bit of flexibility when it comes to building lineups, and you just gain cards as you go. So it's kind of fun if you're interested. And I've got a referral link, so if you do end up playing, I'll just post this in the Discord and click my link, and I think so if you get 5 limited cards, we both get a limited card, I guess. So might as well use it. If you do end up playing and getting limited cards, then we both get an extra one. So all right, cool. Well, thanks for listening. Bye.